welcome to Last Call, where we drink and we talk about things. How did that turn into my intro?
I don't know.
It keeps getting faster every week, too.
Yeah.
I hate long intros. You should have seen how long my intro was the first time we started doing it. I'm like, so we're in quarantine and we want to talk to people, so this is how we're going to interact with people, and it was really awkward. Welcome. Welcome to Last Call. We're going to deep dive into some more rules. Last week we went over the DMG. We're basically going to run through Xanathars. Come argue with us. Come at me.
At me.
At me.
For once, at me.
I legit want an argument. I want someone to just say, perfect intro, Steph.
Hey, Jable subscribed to Tier 1. Thanks for the sub, Jables. Welcome to the gifted sub.
Stop saying that.
Can't stop.
It's an old joke at this point.
Yeah,
that was four weeks ago.
Yeah. Just about.
Yeah.
Not quite. It was July 4th, wasn't it?
Do we want to... Oh, someone else subbed.
Oh, yeah, where's that noise?
Yeah, where's that noise?
Jables is still on screen.
Oh, okay.
Jables.
Kai Guy.
Thanks for subbing, Kai Guy.
Thanks. Oh, fight. Oh, Fast Leone, you have to hit up Bayless if you haven't already. Because he won a drawing on Bayless's channel, didn't he?
I think he did, yeah.
I think he did. Hit up Bayless after this is over.
Was it Fast Leone?
Yeah. I remember being really excited.
Tim, you didn't win.
Did I win? No.
No.
Sorry. I even put in like $20 worth of bribes for you to Bayless, and I guess he ignored him. Took my money and ran. Son of a... let's talk. Do you want to start with downtime rules? Because that's
sure.
That's a pretty lengthy conversation.
Let's open the DMG.
The DMG.
I got my fancy DMG.
Too, right?
Well, yeah, it's in both.
Alright.
So the DMG tried to make some downtime activities, and a lot of them are like hilariously unbalanced and broken and worthless. I know specifically the running a business downtime activity is practically fucking worthless, and it also doesn't take into account anything about how successful your business has historically been. It's like you could have a business that spans like 17 locations across the this huge metropolis, and it's just like, roll D100 and we'll see how it goes.
How's our audio look? I just want to see how often we're like
spiking.
Yeah. Say something. Rules. Yeah, we're a little soft.
Are we soft?
A little bit.
Well, I can't turn that up.
That's all right.
And I already turned up the gain on the Yeti.
Just be more excited.
Yeah!
There you go. How did...
Let me fiddle with this.
So, running a business is in the DMG or Xanathars?
It's in the DMG.
Did Waterdeep Dragon Heist use any of the DMG rules with the tavern running?
I don't... If I recall correctly, there weren't actually any rules in Dragon Heist for running the tavern. Okay. It may have just said use running a business from the DMG.
I think it did, and then you...
I think it did, but I used...
So boring.
It's so boring. Yeah, I used a supplement from DM's Guild called Durnan's Guide to Tavern Keeping that not only made it... not only did it give players ways to actually meaningfully affect the way the business is running by doing things that their characters would be good at, like Mike was a barbarian, so he was the bodyguard all the damn time.
He was the bouncer.
No. I was an 8-foot-tall, 500-pound robot.
Yeah.
I was the bouncer.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we exclusively called him bouncer.
Yeah, did I not say bouncer?
You said bodyguard.
Okay, I meant bouncer. He was the fucking
bouncer for a building, bodyguard for a person.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was the bouncer, which meant they didn't have to hire one.
That was cool.
Steph had high charisma, so she was the bartender, so they didn't have to hire one.
Yeah.
Luke was a wizard, so he had high int, so he was the bookkeeper, so they didn't have to hire one.
Cook the books.
He didn't actually ever cook the books.
No.
It was just a joke.
It was a joke.
But the most damning problem with the running a business downtime activity as presented in the DMG is that essentially when you're done running your business, you roll a D100, and the higher you roll, the better, and the better you do, the more money you make.
Right.
You add one to your roll, for every day you spend running your business.
What?
Wait, what die do you roll?
It's a D100.
It's a D100.
So
You
if you
add
spend
one.
50
What the
days,
fuck?
you add 50 to your roll. Okay, cool. But instead, you could literally just do it for one day, 50 times, and since the table averages slightly positive, you get 50 slightly positive rolls instead of one very positive roll. And the 50 slightly positive rolls are way the fuck better.
Yeah.
Well, who the fuck wants to roll a D100 50 times?
I do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Mike does.
I do.
I could roll 1,000.
94.
Here's the thing though. If you roll 61 or higher, you have to roll some dice to see how well you do.
Oh my god. This is
So-
fucking garbage.
So what the supplement do that you use?
It completely okay. So number one,
It made it a whole brand new fucking game.
Yeah.
So what it did was it said running a business is a week. I amended that to be a 10-day. Whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, they might have already said it was a 10-day. Running a business takes a 10-day. You run your business in 10-day increments. Did someone say ass? Wait, you guys can't hear Mike?
What?
No, they said barely.
Hang on. Alright. There was some downshift on his microphone.
Say a
So-
sentence.
Wasn't my fault.
You're still a little quiet.
Totally. I didn't do it.
I mean, he is quiet.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think I can bump it up. So Journey's Guide to Tavern Keeping changed running a business to 10-day increments,
Mm-hmm.
and then there were other ways to get bonuses to your D100 roll. Also, the D100 table actually went up to 150 to account for the fact that you can get bonuses.
Right.
And we got
So-
huge bonuses every fucking week because fucking all the damn rooting for fucking mushrooms and shit
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. You
Truffles.
truffles and like feasts and shit like that. Yeah, you guys ended up with I think like plus 70 every single 10-day. And then
Suck it, Mert.
yeah, suck it, Mert. But yeah, that's about all I want to say about running a business because like it's deeply problematic, and I have seen. In fact, I probably have it bookmarked. Yep, D&D 5e business math rework. It's on Blog of Holding.
That's a cute name.
If you wanna,
That's an awesome fucking name.
Yeah.
right? If you want to look it up, Blog of Holding, 5e Dungeon Master's Guide, the Paradoxical Economy of D&D. So I bookmarked it because at some point I decided that was cool, and if my players ever wanted to run a business, I'd use it. And then I did Dragon Heist with Turning to Tavern Keeping, which was a completely different thing. But yeah, so that's a thing.
We didn't run a business in any other campaign up
Nope.
until that point, and it was actually enjoyable. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was enjoyable because it wasn't just...
It was different for one.
Well, yeah, it was different, but it was enjoyable because it was like the focus of the campaign at that time.
Yeah.
Like we spent half a session, which is to say 6 hours, essentially just playing the Gilded Troll.
Do you remember we had an envelope full of Monopoly money too?
Yeah, I remember the
That
envelope
was-
full of Monopoly money.
That's the money we had.
Never embezzled it. Not once.
Never
Not
embezzled
once.
it.
No, we were. Welcome to the Gilded Troll.
Yeah.
Did we ever get bonuses for like advertising or?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
For advertising, yeah.
that's cool. Took away a lot of Durnan's business, though, didn't we? No, not really.
I mean, not really. You're on opposite sides of the city, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Simultaneous effects. Is there anything to say about that?
If it's your turn, you get to pick which one happens first, because there's no such thing as actual simultaneity in D&D. That's the whole point of initiative, is to simulate simultaneity while actually resolving things one at a time, because we're humans and we don't know how to resolve things simultaneously.
No.
That's just not a thing we can do.
No.
But we're doing downtime right now, babe. We're doing downtime.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Getting fucking ahead of yourself.
So-
I thought that was
So
basically the end
there's
of
a
the
bunch
conversation.
of different downtime activities in the DMG, and I think the consensus is that they fucking suck. Like, carousing ends up having the exact same problem as running a business. It's a D100 table, and you can add bonuses to it, but it doesn't, like, It sucks. Building a stronghold essentially gives you like literally 3 paragraphs about building a stronghold, but then nothing about what to do with them. So if you want to build a stronghold, do not buy Matt Koval's Strongholds and Followers. Instead, where is it? Who wrote it? Oh no.
Who wrote what?
Fortresses, Temples, and Strongholds. So it's called Fortresses, Temples, and Strongholds by Wowrock Homebrew. Not Warlock, Wowrock. Take the R and the L and flip them. Wowrock Homebrew made Fortresses, Temples, and Strongholds, and it is way better than Matt Colville's $1 million fucking pile of garbage book.
I forgot about that.
Don't buy Fortresses and Follow or Strongholds and Follow, whatever the fuck it's
I
called.
wonder how many people who watch us are Matt Colville fans.
I'm a Matt Colville fan. That book sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. If you want to build a stronghold, look up that supplement. I think it's literally pay what you want on Dungeon Masters Guild. Yep, it's pay what you want. So you can get it for free. You can pay them $5. You can pay them $127 if you want. Buying and selling magic items. Yeah. I never hated selling magic items. I do like that it's like. Oh no, this isn't even the one. I think Xanathars overwrote selling a magic item, and they did it better. I don't know. Here's what I was looking for. So it takes you some number of days to find a buyer, and then you roll a D100, and then based on your D100 result, you sell it for some fraction of its normal sale price.
Okay.
Training to gain levels. Oh, as a variant rule, you can require characters to spend downtime training or studying before they gain the benefits of a new level. So, like, you get XP, and you reach level 3 worth of XP. You got your 900 XP, but you can't level up until you spend 10 days training. And I don't hate that as an idea. It definitely slows down your campaign in terms of, like, time. And what it does is it actually adds a decent amount of verisimilitude, because it beggars belief when characters go from level 1 to 20 over the course of like 3 months in game. It's like, yeah, it took us 1.5 years to play this campaign, weekly 5-hour sessions, but like it's a month in game.
It's a mentality of you're going so hard to.
Yeah, the wizard has spent the past 20 years mastering cantrips and first level spells, and 2 months later he can cast Wish. Huh?
For the magic classes, yeah, it is a little weird.
The monk has been training since he was 4 to master the chi in his body, and he literally does not have chi at first level. But then by the end of the campaign...
Well, that's how. He unlocks chi, and it's like, oh shit, I got my power boost, let's fucking keep going.
Okay.
But yeah,
he finally unlocked his 7th chakra.
Yeah. It is a little weird, I think, to have to take that downtime to do that training, because wasn't killing all those kobolds like that training kind of?
So it's kind of the difference between like real world experience and then like book learning. So like, or it's not even that. It's more like adventuring is like going to the Olympics. But in order to be better for the next Olympics, you can't just keep doing Olympics. You have to go back and train. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
And you said there was something in...
Olympics would be awesome.
24/7 Olympics.
And you said there was something in Ghost of Saltmarsh about downtime.
I did not know there was downtime in Saltmarsh. I
have
opened that like once.
I've opened it a few times, but
yeah, sowing rumors. Okay. That's cute.
To what end?
You sow a rumor. Swaying public opinion can be an effective way to bring down a villain or elevate a friend. Spreading rumors is an efficient, if underhanded, way to accomplish that goal. Well-placed rumors can increase the subject's standing in a community or embroil someone in a scandal. A rumor needs to be simple, concrete, and hard to disprove. An effective rumor also has to be believable, playing off what people want to believe about the person in question. It's like...
So that's the sort of shit they did with fucking Vantampor?
Yeah, kind of, but I did that without handling it as downtime. I was like, what do you guys actually want to do? It's like,
Right.
we want to set her house on fire and blame the Flaming Fist for it. Okay. Sure.
That sounds like a rumor.
Let's role play you guys setting
roleplay
that on
arson.
fire. Yeah, let's play some arson. And the druid turned into a rat and went into their house and closed the flue to their fireplace. And then
Roll for arson.
what else did she do? I know she closed the flue so that the fireplace would just like burn everywhere.
Did the sorcerer set the rug on fire?
Yes, Steph, did the sorcerer set the rug? We didn't even have a sorcerer. No, we did. Fold was a sorcerer.
Yeah. Downtime definitely had better treatment in AD&D. It was more impactful to attract your followers and make money.
Yeah, I think Stronghold, the one that I mentioned, not Colville's, Fortresses, Temples, and Strongholds, I think that does mention followers. Colville went way deep on the followers, to the point where apparently it gets to the point where if the players are smart, they can game the system to the point where they literally don't have to fight anymore because they just have enough knights and shit to fight every battle for them.
Yeah.
Just throw enough bodies at the problem, it'll get solved.
Exactly. Unless the problem is a self-replicating mass of bodies.
Hey man, sometimes you need to build a deep rot.
Yeah, you gotta build deep rot. Isn't deep rot made of skeletons?
Yes, but bodies have skeletons in them.
This is true.
Yeah, there's downtime and goes to Soul Merch, but it seems like very this is the person who will buy your magic items and.
Oh really? Like they actually give like specific people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's essentially it for DMG downtime. Like there's not much in here. Oh, there's crafting magic items, which we're not even going to talk about because Xanathar's did it 10 times better.
Hey, you're like, throw that book away.
So Xanathar's downtime.
Yeah.
You have the book.
Yeah.
Go, Steph, go.
Shit, what page is it?
I don't know.
120 something.
Downtime revisited.
120/16, is that what we said?
I said 16.
Oh, okay. It's definitely not 16.
So the one really cool thing that Xanathar's guide did with downtime's rivals. So if you
Fuck Roy.
I mean, yeah, he's kind of your rival.
Fuck Roy.
So rivals are essentially like they're not people you need to kill. They're just people who occasionally or frequently get in the way of you doing your downtime things. Mm-hmm. So if you're trying to sell a magic item, there's this dude who's trying to undercut you. Or if you're trying to buy a magic item, there's this dude who keeps buying things before you get there.
Fuck that guy.
If you're trying to craft,
undercut you unless he had the exact same magic item you had.
Unless he was lying about it.
or he's misrepresenting what he has.
He's that
okay, yeah, sure.
Or he's misrepresenting what you have.
Yeah, okay, sure.
You know, if you're trying to craft a magic item, he keeps buying up all the fucking supplies you need. So
money bags over here.
Yeah, right. And then they give a list of like downtime activities, and then where is there's downtime activities? So they give a list of downtime activities, and then they even give like here's potential complications, and then the ones with the asterisk next to them might involve a rival. So for buying a magic item, the item might be fake, planted by your rival. A third party bids on the item, doubling its price. It might have been your rival. The seller is murdered before the sale. Might involve your rival.
Oh, that sucks.
Holy shit, this rival's an asshole.
Yeah.
Somebody stop this guy.
That'd be a cool little mystery in itself. It's like, who murdered the shopkeep?
And also, did they steal the item I wanted to buy, or can I just like throw coins at his corpse and take it?
Bye.
That's actually like one of my favorite tropes is like you go into a shop to buy shit and then for whatever reason there's no one to take your money, so you just drop money and leave. They actually had that in BioShock Infinite, I think. There was a shop like right as soon as like shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
There's a shop and like just a basket you can put money in. And like
there's a lot of trust.
And like you can actually put money into it.
Yeah.
And I think there was some fucking mechanical benefit.
I don't remember that at all.
I do.
I always stole the money out that other people had put in the basket.
You suck.
You're why we can't have nice things.
In Colombia, the floating city in the sky.
Yeah.
Got it.
Hey man, the fucking.
It's a really cool mechanic to have complications, but you need. There's a lot of narrative that's involved with that.
And that's good.
There needs to be a reason for it. Like, you
Yeah.
can't just be fuck you because the dice said fuck you.
Yeah, definitely. But that said, since you're the DM, you can roll a die and then back generate a narrative for what the dice said. Or you roll a die, you look at what's on the table, you go, I don't like that one. What's the one after that? Cool, I like that instead. I do that all the fucking time. I think I actually did that for Snurk's Dark Gift.
It's like flipping a coin and then you realize when it's up in the air what you actually want to do.
Exactly. I think for Snurk's Dark Gift, I actually rolled the one that gives you minus 10 feet move speed, but you ignore difficult terrain. And it's just like, this dude already has 25 feet. 15 would murder him.
Turn into a fucking slug.
Yeah, like...
Is there a slug race?
Rubik speed, so it's still 30, but at level 5 it'll go up to 40.
I was going to say, the Goliath could just carry him, but he's also a frog people, so
yeah, he poison skin. Yeah.
Gross.
I love the art in the book for buying a magic item, because I'm pretty sure the art is depicting the item is stolen.
The auction looking thing?
Yeah, because they're auctioning off what is very clearly a Staff of Power, and there's just some fucking...
That's not a Staff of Power.
That is very much a Staff of Power.
Where the fuck is...
That you're thinking of Staff of Magi.
Yeah, my bad.
That's a Staff of Power.
Also a very good item.
And she's just peeking around a curtain with, I guess, a mage hand. But there's like 50 people staring at it, so like, how are you going to steal it?
Oh, yeah,
Arcane Trickster.
Invisible mage hand. The staff just starts floating away.
Oh my god, look how powerful it is! Just fucking double the price!
Staff of Power is just better than Staff of the Magi, isn't it?
Well, what?
Staff of Power is just better than...
Yeah, so Staff of Power is a very rare. Staff of the Magi is a legendary, but Staff of Power is way better because it gives you +2 to AC and spell save DC.
Mm.
Or no, just AC saves and spell attacks. But +2 to AC and saves is
so good.
Hilariously good.
So good.
Fuck you, bounded accuracy.
Yeah, fuck you, bounded accuracy. Just get a Staff of Power as a monk. And then get proficiency in every saving throw, because that's a thing monks get. And then +2 to all of them as well. And then just get a paladin near you.
Jesus.
And it's like, oh yeah, like my lowest save is +14.
Why did you look at your fake watch?
Because anytime I'm pretending to do math, I look at my fake watch.
When's the last time you wore a watch?
Last time we did a fancy, because I only have a fancy watch.
Oh, okay.
You're fucking weird, dude.
Why am I weird? Because I'm looking at my fake watch?
For things that have nothing to do with time. Yeah.
Let's go through these downtime activities.
Alright.
Like, it's one thing where you look at it, it's like, it was about 2 months ago, but, like...
14.
I'm 30 years old.
I got 17 hit points.
Alright, downtime activities.
Downtime! Buying a magic item.
Yes.
Handled... So the Xanathar buying the magic item it's not, I want to buy this specific item. It's, I'm going to go shopping for magic items, and these are the ones that are available.
It takes 100 GP and expenses to find one?
I mean, you're going to be spending way more than that on the item itself, so...
I guess.
Because, like,
Magic items are not common.
Well, except common magic items. Those are common.
Those aren't real.
I guess that's characters slipping people money for information, too.
I mean, they explain it.
Like, yeah.
They literally explain it.
No, I know.
Finding magic items to purchase requires at least 1 work week of effort and 100 GP and expenses. Spending more time and money increases your chance of finding it. Mm-hmm. The monetary cost includes a wealthy lifestyle. Wait, it literally doesn't explain what the money's spent on. But,
a wealthy lifestyle, apparently.
I mean, that includes a wealthy lifestyle, which costs 5 gold a day.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I don't see...
It's a really wealthy lifestyle.
I mean, I guess.
Jesus.
You're wiping your ass with actual toilet paper.
I thought you were going to say actual money.
Yeah, if the characters seek a specific magic item, first decide if it's an item you want to allow in your game. If so, include the desired item among items for sale on a check total of 10 or higher if the item is common, 15 or higher if it's uncommon, 20 or higher if it's rare, 25 or higher if it's very rare, 30 or higher if it's legendary. And then it's just a persuasion check, plus your bonus for spending extra money. Oh my god, you can spend 1,000 gold to get a plus 10 on the roll.
So the bard's doing the shopping.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty obvious. Like Bard's shop. And then they actually give you guidance. As a further option to reflect the availability of items in your campaign, you can apply a -10 penalty for low magic campaigns or a +10 bonus for high magic campaigns. So like if you're in a world that just has a shitload of magic items, just throw a bonus on the roll. Just see what they can find. What is funny though is that if the players aren't looking for a specific item, then they roll really, really high, but they're low level. They could end up finding nothing but legendary items that they can't afford.
I found it. Fuck.
That's a Staff of the Magi,
Yeah.
but I spent all the money looking for
I
it.
have 2 silver left. Will you take this, please?
1 cover piece.
Yeah.
There's a lot of...
2 copper pieces.
I was gonna
And
say
I held up
there's,
3 fingers because there's supposed to be a copper piece in between each finger.
Yeah, I got it.
3 copper
I know
pieces.
Mike got it. I was just explaining it to people who haven't seen Last Airbender 7 times.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Go watch Last Airbender 7
Yeah, I'm like
times.
halfway through the finale.
We apparently got Jesse to watch it.
Yes.
Like,
What the fuck? Halfway through, go finish it, asshole, right
Dude, I'm only watching while I'm at work.
Yeah.
now.
I mean, it's just like in a corner while I work.
You can't just like half-assedly watch fucking Sozin's Comet. Come on, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Not that one.
Yeah, I'll watch it tonight when we're done here.
There you go.
I
So
feel
yeah.
like it's complicated.
What's complicated?
It's not even that complicated. Just the mechanics for these downtime activities.
So that's good. So
Is
so
it?
that's a good thing. So there's this really weird phenomenon where the more mechanics there are to resolve a thing, the more room there is for flavor. So if there wasn't a mechanic for spending extra money to get a better result on finding magic items, I wouldn't have room to describe what you're doing with that money. Who
Not
you're
only
talking to, who you're meeting.
Not only that, but the more complicated it is, the more meaningful it feels.
Yeah.
Like, I want to run a business for a week. Okay, roll a D100, and there's a week just gone in one roll. That's really lame and boring, but...
Right. No matter how well I describe that, it's like, I rolled 1 D100, I got a 22, so apparently I sucked for an entire week.
I feel like a lot of things work the opposite way, where if there's more rules, it's less flavor.
It's not more rules, it's more mechanics.
Yeah, okay, that's the difference.
So more rules constrict what you're allowed to do. More mechanics give you more ways to interact with a system.
Okay, that's fair.
Mechanics versus rules. That's a definition I didn't think I'd have to make. I never
Tune
really...
in next week for Mechanics Part 1.
Yeah. All right, we're moving kind of slow though, so let's go. Carousing.
Yes, Steph.
I'm sorry.
Carousing. Yeah, I never really understood carousing as a downtime activity.
It doesn't seem like it needs.
So in
You
the
make hostile
DMG,
contacts.
in the DMG, the carousing table was like how much money you won or lost over the course of the week. In Xanathar's, it's actually
It's
like
relationships.
contacts that
Right.
you made.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, and then there's
that makes a lot more sense, because carousing, that's just fucking...
that's just spending money and getting wasted.
Yeah, that's just bar hopping.
Yeah,
But do you
How the fuck are you making
couple
money doing that?
gambling?
gambling
Gambling.
and like arm wrestling, shit like that.
Yeah.
Bar bets, yeah, okay.
Yeah, bar
Every
bets.
time Denton entered a bar and saw someone who looked strong,
I was gonna
I
say
want to arm wrestle him.
yeah, I was gonna say like pit fighting, but that's actually a Xanathar's downtime activity.
Oh God, is it?
Yep.
That's a
Crafting
little intense.
an item. So crafting an item has a shitload of mechanics. there's a lot of text for like how crafting items work, because they cover crafting mundane items and they also cover crafting magic items. So crafting mundane items like antitoxins, potions of healing. They call potions of healing non-magical. It's fine. Armor,
The most
weapons.
mundane magical item. Or
Yeah,
the
it
most
is
magical mundane item. One or the other.
Correct. Yeah, it's one or the other. It's
Probably both.
also the only magic item that explicitly uses the use an object action. Which means the thief rogues can can drink a potion of healing as a bonus action.
Neat.
Fun fact: it is not stated anywhere in any book that you can administer a potion to another person.
Really?
Yep. But everyone just says it's an action. Everyone agrees. It's an action to administer a potion to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes fucking sense. If it's an action to do it to yourself, it can't be more than an action.
Well, that's
so
the thing. Some people say that you can drink a potion of healing as a bonus action, but even those people say it's an action to administer it on someone else.
It is.
Why
I
would
think
they?
it is harder to administer.
Definitely harder to administer to someone else.
Here, let me
Yeah,
okay, you're on the ground. I gotta lift up your head. I gotta make sure your like chin or your mouth is like
And
in
just
the right
jam
position,
this between your
and then- right.
lips. Yeah.
No, it's definitely harder.
Definitely harder to administer it to someone else. And then Goodberry similarly has no rules for administering to someone else. But
not use an object.
it's not use an object?
Right?
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
I don't have the PHP in front of me.
That's what Andy does, bonus action for self action to give.
Yeah, I don't. I just use action for
Make
both.
sure you don't aspirate. Good point.
Yeah, don't
Nurse
aspirate.
lady.
No, it's magic. You just aspirate and then it heals the damage to your lungs.
Yeah, there you go.
Ugh.
Got a hole in your lung? Aspirate some potion of healing.
I have pneumonia now. Nope.
Had it for 4 seconds.
Pneumothorax? This'll reinflate you.
You know, aspiration pneumonia is a thing, right?
I'm aware.
It's horrible. It's poor fuckers.
Potion of healing.
What are you looking up?
Drinking or administering a potion takes an action. Is that really all it says?
I kind of like bonus action and action, even though you don't run it that way. Alright, so I'm looking up stuff.
Yeah,
Keep
so
on
crafting magic items, they dramatically reduced the amount of time that it takes to craft things. So in the DMG, if I recall correctly, to make a legendary item, it is literally like, oh god, I want to say like 13 years of work.
Yikes.
Yikes. Whereas in Xanathar's, it's 50 work weeks, so just shy of a year. And also 100,000 gold. And if there's any spells involved in that item, like if that item is capable of casting spells, you have to cast that spell every day. And, or at the very least, you need to be capable of casting the spell. And there's rules for, you might need, you know, as a DM, you might decide that the item needs specific powerful reagents. And then it gives a table for like how difficult it should be to find those reagents. If appropriate, pick a monster or a location that is thematic fit for the item to be crafted. For example, creating Mariner's Armor might require the essence of a water weird. Creating a Staff of Charming might require the cooperation of a specific Arcanoloth, who will help only if the characters complete a task for it. Making a Staff of Power might hinge on acquiring a piece of ancient stone that was once touched by the god of magic, a stone now guarded by a suspicious Androsphinx. So it's like, right there's 3 fantastic ideas for like mini adventures.
Yeah.
Surrounding the crafting of magic items.
Go to White Blue Mountain.
Go to White Blue Mountain.
There's an Androsphinx there.
I'm 90% sure it's Gyno.
No, it's Gyno, you're right. Damn it.
Fucked up, Steph.
I always fuck up. That's my job.
Was Olach an Androsphinx? I think he was. The Arches of Olach. Which hell are you in?
Yeah.
I think he was Androsphinx.
I think he was. Apparently potions only consist of an ounce of liquid.
An ounce of liquid?
Yeah. That's tiny.
That is tiny.
That's like
That
the
makes
teeniest
sense.
tiny vial.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. The Witcher has potions about that size.
Yeah. I don't know, you always picture like
Yeah,
drinking a potion
just
of
like
healing
just
with,
like
like
a
2 gloves.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the cartoons.
Yeah. Qualish had an Andro Sphinx? What the fuck? We didn't get that far.
No, we died.
They died.
Way to fuck up.
We fucked up super hard because Ian decided to throw in...
I did not decide anything. It's in the module.
Did you even at least get to the spider tank thing?
Spider tank thing?
Fucking Qualish is something or the something.
Oh, the apparatus of Qualish.
That
crab tank.
Crab, yeah, fuck.
No, they did not find the crab tank.
Oh, you fucked up.
Fucked
They didn't
up.
get that far. They got murdered by a bone devil with vorpal claws.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. I remember that shit.
I threw a nat 20 at Steph.
Luke
Bye,
started it,
Steph.
though, and then I started taking more cards, too.
Yeah, you picked 7. So I'm gonna draw 7 cards. Nothing bad can happen.
If I can't be chaotic in D&D, like...
Everything
fuck
bad
it.
happened, didn't it?
Crime.
Crime. Like, commit crimes?
Commit crimes.
Jesus, why?
Sometimes it pays to be bad. This
Oh my
activity gives a
God.
character the chance to make some extra cash at the risk of arrest.
Why?
Sounds like fucking Draknor.
Fucking Draknor. Jesus
Fucking
Christ.
Draknor.
Oh,
God.
gambling is separate.
Gambling is separate.
Yeah.
Yeah. DMG carousing includes gambling.
Hmm.
Xanathar's carousing is getting drunk with important people.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything to say about crime. You do crime, and if you fail, you get arrested or whatever.
Just do crimes.
Just do crimes. The secret ingredient is
Hey,
crime.
kids, don't do crimes.
Good red thing with your friends.
Yeah, I think gambling's actually pretty weak as written. You make insight, deception, and intimidation check, and if you only get 1 success, then you lose half the money you bet. If you get 2 successes, you gain the amount you bet plus half again more. And then if you get 3 successes, you double the amount.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
okay.
weak.
That's
pretty weak.
That's weak.
And then you can get thrown in jail or get framed, or a local crime boss insists you start frequenting the boss's gambling parlor and no others. What?
Neat.
Pit fighting.
Pit fighting. Pit fighting is actually kind of neat. I actually did pit fighting with Darren at a convention. Because in AL, you can actually just do downtime things. And he rocked the athletics and the acrobatics, but despite being a barbarian, he failed the constitution check with a bonus equal to your largest hit die. D12 hit die. Constitution fucking...
What a chomp. Who does that?
Sucks
Right?
to suck.
So I only won 100 gold, but now that I'm looking at it, apparently all you can win is 200 gold, so, like, that's pretty weak. Whereas gambling, you can bet up to 1,000 gold, and then even with only 2 successes, you gain 500.
Yeah.
So, like, pit fighting kind of sucks.
Relaxation is literally go on vacation for a week. Requires 1 week. Need to maintain a modest lifestyle.
But what are you...
I don't know
you get,
what you do.
you get advantage on saving throws to recover from long-acting diseases and poisons.
Okay.
In addition, at the end of the week, you can end one effect that keeps you from regaining hit points, or you can restore 1 ability score that's been reduced to less than its normal value, which would normally cost greater restoration.
Damn.
So, that's...
Take a
Wait,
week off
you
and
can
then-
rest for a week and get your brain back after having it eaten by a... or your mind back after having it eaten by a brain puppy.
You do a little
That's all it
cognitive
takes.
therapy. You just,
That's actually funny.
Just fucking
Jeez.
veg out for a week and you get smarter. That's how it works.
Literally veg out. You are catatonic.
rolling on yourself.
Yeah. Holy crap. Relaxation
Perfect.
rarely comes with complications.
Mhm.
Better get somebody to administer a potion to keep you hydrated.
I don't know how to pick up a glass. Oh, we won't go there. Never mind.
Religious service. I wish I had known about this for News Aurelian sagas, but I don't think... In fact, I'm certain Xanathars didn't exist at the time, because Praetus was using the Skag Oath of the Crown, which does
Yeah.
not specify what kind of action champion challenge is.
Ugh.
It just says, yeah, you do it.
Until your rival starts
No
booking all the
action.
hotel rooms.
Your rival starts booking all the hotel rooms.
You can't go on vacation. There's no hotel rooms.
What the fuck?
That's
Really
funny.
This guy needs to be stopped.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, I mean, you get favors from the church. Cool.
Neat.
Pretty weak.
Favors, wink, wink.
Oh god.
Yeah. It's
Stop
a church!
it!
Research. So research is one that I used significantly throughout our Dungeons and the Mage game. Because every time you guys left the dungeon, you were like, there's a bunch of shit we want to know about.
Yeah.
And there's no, like, people we can talk to about it. So we're going to go do some research. And you spent a fuckload of your money just getting +6 bonuses to all your research because you're all idiots.
Like there's anything better to do with the money.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
When I say you all, I mean your characters. Like, you're not dumb people for spending the money. Your characters are dumb, so they needed the bonus.
I see. Yes, they were very dumb.
Yeah.
Aside from the short one.
Yeah. It's literally just an int check. Just int check. And then
Damn.
one time Girder did it with Resurrection Sickness.
Did I have a headband at that time already?
You were sharing it with Denton.
That's what it was. Here.
Here, you go do a smart today.
Go do a smart today.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, you each get a +3, because that makes sense. Instead of a +5. Because you each had 8 int.
You were dum-dums.
Yeah.
Complications. The greatest risk in research is uncovering false information.
Woof. I mean, also, you offend a sage who demands an extravagant gift. Might involve a rival.
All the rivals. How many enemies do you have?
Your actions cause you to be banned from a library until you make reparations.
Oh no, banned
Might
from the
involve a
library.
rival. Might involve a rival.
They took away my library card.
Oh no.
That's funny. Scribing a spell. Scroll. I can read.
Wait, there's separate rules for that?
Yeah.
I thought that was just covered under crafting an item.
Mm-mm.
I'm pretty sure it mentioned spell scrolls.
Oh really?
Oh! Potions of healing and spell scrolls are exceptions to the following rules. For more information, see Brewing Potions of Healing later in this section and Scribing a Spell Scroll section below. Jesus.
Read the fucking
So yeah,
book.
there's rules for brewing potions of healing specifically, which you can make a potion of healing in a day for 25 gold. That's kind of neat.
Your rival is Corona. God damn it, Mike.
God.
Hey,
Hey, we got a gifted sub. Thanks to Guardian77 for that gifted sub, and
Hey,
welcome
thanks.
to Gilded Troll for Ely17.
Hi.
Hmm.
Welcome.
I'd die being banned from the library if it was, not 2020 and was before the internet. So yeah, crafting spell scrolls, neat. You can craft a 9th level spell scroll for 250,000 gold.
That's fuck.
And 48
What
work
the
weeks.
Hell.
Jeez.
Jesus. What? At that point, just make a luck blade.
Yeah, how busted is it to craft magic items versus...
Well, specifically the luck blade, because it
3
has wishes.
Oh.
You just get wishes. It's like, screw any
Do
8th
they
level.
recharge?
No. But
How many are in it?
1d4 minus 1. But, I mean, if you're crafting it, I would imagine you just get 3.
Yeah.
Like you'd try for 3, and then oh whoops, I fucked up all 3 of them. Guess I'll try again.
Yeah, I guess.
Diamonds containing wish are hard.
Diamonds containing wish are hard.
I mean, diamonds are hard.
They do have the highest hardness of any substance.
There's
Yeah.
something higher.
Really?
I forget what the fuck it is, but
Right.
it's,
He's right,
most
yeah.
hardness.
its hardness is above 10, which is fucking hilarious. I forget what the fuck it is. It's some weird bullshit.
How much of a detour is this gonna be?
I don't know. This should be a quick Google. I got nothing.
Find it, Mike.
Well, apparently it's a logarithmic scale. That's neat. Anyway. Selling magic items. Selling magic items.
Quartzite boron nitride.
The what? What?
Yeah, exactly.
Quartzite, boron.
Quartzite.
What's that word?
Yeah.
What's that word?
Quartzite boron nitride.
Quartzite?
Quartzite.
Is that like W-U? Yep, there it is. I just typed Wurtz and I got Wurtzite boron nitride.
What is it? Is it pretty?
It has
Some
the
weird
same
bullshit.
structure as Ionsdaleite.
What the fuck is that?
Or is that Lonsdaleite? I don't know. Who cares? We're done with Mo's hardness.
I wanna look it up
We're
too.
talking about selling magic items now. It's basically the same. It's kind of the same thing as the DMG buying a magic item, except it doesn't use the tables of like, oh, roll for what's available. It just skips to the part where the players know what the fuck they want, because the players always know what the fuck they want. They never go shopping and go, ooh, what can we buy? They go, I want a fucking broom of flying because those are busted. Right, Mike?
So busted.
Uncommon.
Really?
Uncommon.
Fly speed?
Who cares? It's fly speed.
Oh,
I think it's 60.
Oh my
that's
god.
really fucking good.
It's so good.
So
Uncommon
good.
fucking fly speed, permanent, and all it takes is fucking one hand to stay on top of it.
I don't even think I required you guys to use a hand, because I'm pretty sure Luke was firing a bow from a broom.
What a fucking asshole.
No, it wasn't Luke, it was AJ.
Was it?
Yeah.
Why would AJ have He had a halberd.
I don't remember. It's not
No,
relevant.
that was Luke, because that was
Was
fucking
it?
Tyranny of Dragons.
Yeah. I know it was you and one other. Anyway, and I remember cramming half your party into a bag of holding.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was awesome.
Hanging them from the back of the broom.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
you
fucking Morgan getting angry, falling down a cliff.
Oh yeah, rage every time.
also I apparently derped like super hard because I'm talking about selling a magic item and I'm talking about the players know what they want. They have a thing, they're trying to sell it.
It's okay.
I would hope they know what they have.
I forgive
Yeah,
you.
I would hope they know what they have. Yeah, so you roll persuasion and you see how good of an offer you can get. If you get an 11 or higher, you get the base price. If you get a 21 or higher, you get 150% of the base price. I wish that table was a little bit more granular, because like a 20 gets you, you get 100% of base price.
The complications are great. Your enemy secretly arranges to buy the item to use against you.
Cute.
A sorcerer claims your item as a birthright and demands you hand it over.
What the fuck?
Cute.
That's
Yeah,
mine.
this bag of holding that I fucking got at the goddamn surplus store. Yeah, it's your birthright. Jackass.
Sure.
The buyer is murdered before the sale is finalized.
Oh.
God damn that
Again.
rival.
God damn it, rival. Stop murdering my sellers and buyers.
I'm going to make a character named Rival.
Just your character's name is
Yeah.
Rival.
Yeah, just for this
God damn it,
bullshit.
Rival.
God damn
No,
it.
name it Gary.
Why?
Gary motherfucking Oak.
Gary
No.
motherfucking Oak.
Alright, what else is here? Training?
Training. Receiving training in a language or tool typically takes at least 10 work week, which is way the fuck better than the DMG, which requires 200 days of training. So this is 50 minus your int mod. Oh, no, sorry, minus number of work weeks equal to your int mod. So if you have plus 5 int, it's 5 fewer work weeks, which means half the time. You can learn a language in 5 weeks.
Jeez.
That's legit.
I mean, you're also 20 int.
If you're super fucking smart, goddamn, making Stephen Hawking look like your bitch, yeah, you can learn language pretty quickly.
Complication. Your instructor disappears, forcing you to spend 1 work week finding a new one. Might involve a rival.
Fucking rival!
That's funny.
Oh,
What the
Your
fuck?
teacher's a wanted criminal. They're a cruel task maker.
Master.
Master.
Task maker. Your teacher asks for help dealing with a threat.
I mean,
Yeah, I think the complications are the best part of this.
yeah.
And then
No,
work.
the best part are the complications that might involve a rival.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I say might involve a rival, there's just an asterisk next to it, and then under the table it says might involve a
That's
rival.
like every table, too.
Every table, yeah.
Every table.
So work. Work.
I don't really want to do the work today.
I don't either. I don't think anyone does.
No.
Like, why would I work instead of gambling?
I mean, unless that work involves, hey, go kill the giant rats in my cellar.
No, it's making athletics, acrobatics, intelligence using a set of tools, performance, or charisma using a musical instrument. That's it. Make that check.
That's it.
Go fucking do a job, jeez.
Go do a job.
Go
Hey,
build
guess
that
what?
wall.
The complications might involve a rival.
A difficult customer or a fight with a coworker reduces the wages you earn by 1 category.
Every bag of sand you pick up has a hole in it. Might
Your
involve a
employer is
rival.
Your employer is involved with a dark cult.
Okay, I would like to point out that 5 of the 6 complications on this table might involve a rival.
Wait, here's the best one. You gain a reputation for laziness, unjustified or not, as you choose, giving you disadvantage on checks made for this downtime activity for the next 6
work weeks.
Jeez.
I'm lazy.
Holy shit.
That's so funny. It might involve a rival, though.
Yeah, the rival sowed that
Oh
rumor.
my God, that's so
He spent his downtime sowing a rumor.
Could you imagine a party where they just each picked a different downtime and then they just fucked with each other the whole time?
You are each other's rivals.
Fuck.
It's like
That's a
Secret
board game
Santa.
somewhere.
It's Secret Rival.
Someone
That's
make that a D&D board game.
That's some head of Vecna shit.
Oh
Jesus.
God, that's funny.
That is really funny.
Alright, I think that's it for downtime.
That is it for downtime. We've covered downtime.
In
Thanks
50
for joining.
minutes.
Bye, rivals.
50 minutes.
Oh my God.
Bye, rivals.
Where was the fucking... Alright.
What's next?
Falling.
Falling. Alright, cool. Falling's neat.
You and Mike were actually talking about this earlier.
Ish. So Player's Handbook just assumes that you just kind of fall instantly. You just fall. Like, generally you're not going to be falling in the middle of combat. You're not going to be falling ridiculous distances in the middle of combat, so they're just like, yeah, like, you hit the bottom, you take some damage. Xanathar says, I mean, yeah, sometimes it happens, so you instantly fall 500 feet, and then on subsequent turns, you fall... isn't it 1,000
If you're
feet?
still
1,000
falling,
feet, yeah.
Oh,
another
no,
500.
it's just another 500.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yep.
That's what it says.
So yeah, you instantly fall 500, and then at the end of your next turn, you fall another 500, and then you fall 500 at the end of each of your turns. Interesting. So the reason for that, the way they came up with 500 feet per round, is essentially the terminal velocity of a human, which is something like 90 miles per hour. So let's do this. 90 mph to
118 miles per hour, and that's 173 feet per second. So
Okay.
1,000 feet in 6 seconds.
So there you go. You fall 1,000 feet in your first round, and then
No,
after,
500 feet in the first round because acceleration.
Except you fall 1,000 feet in the first round, and you fall 500 feet each round thereafter.
Other way around.
No. You instantly fall 500 feet, and then at the end of your turn, you fall another 500. So in the first round, you fall 1,000 feet, and then in the second round and thereon, you fall 500. So that's kind of stupid.
That's a little stupid, yeah.
It's a little stupid. But yeah, so terminal velocity is about 1,000 feet per round, but you fall 500 feet for the first round because you're accelerating. That makes sense. The way they wrote it does not make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Physics is hard.
Physics is hard.
They're just, in general, the third dimension is really difficult for them for some fucking reason.
Yeah. So the one thing that I do like is that it's stupid simple to figure out how much fall damage you're taking. It's 1d6 for every 10 feet you fall. But the math person in me hates that because...
This is a wild Luke.
Okay.
Okay.
That really bothers me because velocity is not linear as you're falling. So the faster you're moving, the more drag there is. The more drag there is, the slower you accelerate. So you actually accelerate slower the faster you're moving. So fall damage should actually decrease more slowly the further you're falling. So like the first 10 feet would be 1d6, the next 15 feet would be the second d6.
Is that too complicated?
Very much too complicated.
So
And that's
they,
the problem.
So they dumbed it down.
You are forgetting that they're falling through non-Euclidean space.
This is true.
Talking
Get
about
back
falling.
On the fucking topic of
Well,
third
fuck,
dimensions.
anyway, isn't the maximum 20d6?
The maximum is 20d6, yes.
If you're moving on 3 different diagonals, you're moving square root of 3 for every space you move.
And that's like what, like 1.7 something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Nearly fucking 2 squares per square. It's fine.
It's way
Yeah,
easier
fine.
to say 500 than 500. That's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 500 is a real nice easy number to remember.
Yeah.
Flying creatures and falling. You fall if you're flying. Wow.
But they needed 3 paragraphs to say that.
Apparently.
Well, is there some bullshit where if you fall your flying speed, you're fine?
Yeah, so if you'd like a flying creature to have a better chance of surviving a fall than a non-flying creature does, use this rule. Subtract the creature's current flying speed from the distance it fell before calculating falling damage. This rule is helpful to a flyer that's knocked prone but still conscious and has a current flying speed that's greater than 0 feet. The rule is designed to simulate the creature flapping its wings furiously or taking similar measures to slow the velocity of its fall. So, yeah, like it's essentially like, you know, if you fall 80 feet but you're a fucking 120-foot fly speed dragon, you don't take any damage because you pull out of the fall or whatever.
Basically gives every flyer fucking monk's
Slow
slow
fall.
fall for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But it
And
makes,
it makes
sense
sense.
unless you're unconscious.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you're unconscious, your speed is fucking 0, so...
Right.
Yeah.
Technically not true, but it does say if they're conscious.
Yeah.
So.
Dead body falling.
Yeah.
I mean, if
But-
you're unconscious, you're prone, so your speed is 0. Ha.
Your speed's definitely not 0 when you're prone.
Yeah.
Shit.
The fuck,
What
Mike?
the fuck? What the fuck, Luke?
I was like grappled, that's about it. Well, and restrained, but yeah.
Did you fuck with your audio? Because it sounds way better.
Yeah, I found out what the problem was. It wasn't even using my microphone.
You fucked up.
What the fuck was it using?
I
Your
don't know what it
headset
was
mic?
using.
Is
It was like Minicam something. And I just went into my settings and actually went to my microphone. It wasn't. I don't know what it was using.
It was just the onboard mic on the fucking graphics card or something.
Maybe on the sound card or something like that.
Jesus.
Jesus.
It's way
Okay.
better. All right. Sleep.
What was I gonna say? Something about flying creatures.
Flying
Oh,
prone, unconscious.
Creatures that fly generally have biology that decreases their terminal velocity too. So not even necessarily like flapping your fucking wings. It's just put your wings out and glide to the ground.
Yeah. Okay. Like flying squirrel, you're just gliding. And
Right.
not falling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you just catch air, and that will that'll reduce your terminal velocity, so you land softer.
That makes
Do
sense.
any creatures with wings actually fly like a normal creature would fly? Or is it all like magical?
Eagles do. Eagles fly like, birds.
Yeah, but in Aarakocra, I'm saying is a player. I'm talking about as a player option. Aarakocra, does their body actually support normal flight?
I would imagine so.
dragon.
Like they have,
I
they're.
don't think it does.
I think they're described as weighing like 80 pounds.
No, oh, they also probably have bird bones, which are
Right, which is why they
Oh,
weigh
yeah.
80 pounds.
Yeah.
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 I'm
Just
actually.
just have a 10 strength score though.
Yeah. I'm actually really curious what the
Ow, my
average weight for an
bones.
Aarakocra is. Size 80 to 100 pounds. Yeah. Still 100. I think in order to hold
How
a
tall are
100
they,
pound,
shit?
they're like 5.5 feet. They're 5 feet tall.
Huh.
So they're not much less dense than a human, which means they would need like a 20-foot wingspan to fly.
Yeah. So
Without. That said, Aarakocra are literally from the plane of air, so magic.
yeah. So
Wizard did it.
Wizard did it.
Are you really
Oh,
flirting
God, the
in
air-
Twitch chat right now? Jesus
the
Christ.
air acolyte suits in Legend of Korra. Those are so fucking cool.
Oh, it's fucking
Goddamn
badass.
flying squirrel suits.
Oh my God, I remember.
The new.
Don't they have those in Princess of the Apocalypse?
They do have those in Prince of the Apocalypse. They have the wingsuits.
Yeah, but they're all stupid because you have to use like.
They're
air
really
nodes and
stupid.
shit
Yeah, you have to
charge
use
them.
elemental nodes to recharge them.
Did you say that was in Korra? Or...
Yeah, it was in Korra. Yeah, I think Jinora invented it.
Oh yeah, when they all go diving off. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those are neat.
Yeah. I think it was in like season 4 they finally got them.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not
because that's when
flying.
all the airbender shit started
Falling
happening.
style.
I mean, Tenzin had Airbender kids in season 1.
Mm.
That's a lie. You're lying.
Shut up. It's especially in the Kuvir episode. Yeah, when spoilers. Falling. I think we're done with falling. Sleeping's hard. I love that they felt the need to write rules for waking someone up. You slap them or you scream at them.
Yeah, seriously.
Cool. Why would you ever slap someone incidentally because it takes an action when you can just scream at them and that's a free action because it's verbalization?
Unless for some reason you're unable to
Scream.
They're deafened.
Or if they're deafened. Or if they're just deaf.
Or someone casts silence before.
Just kick them in
you
the ribs.
noticed. I don't know.
Just kick them in the ribs. That'll wake them up real good.
I mean, dropping something is a free action. Just drop something on them.
Yeah, right. Just walk across them and drop the pot you're holding. Just drop a whole pot of chili on their face.
That's hot. No. You get super
I didn't
burns.
say it was hot chili. It was last
Why
night's
would you
chili.
eat not hot chili?
It was last night's
Oh, it
chili.
was last night's chili. Alright, got it.
Like everybody's asleep, Steph. Why would you still have hot chili when everybody's sleeping?
Yeah.
Midnight snack,
Drown them
duh.
in chili.
No.
Waterboard
Don't
them
keep
with
the chili
chili.
Oh no.
Alright, wait, sleeping in armor.
Sleeping in armor. So sleeping in armor is kind of an interesting variant rule. It's essentially you get 1/4 of your hit dice back instead of half of them. It is stupid limiting from literally level 1 through 7. Because if you're level 7 and you get 1/4 of your hit dice, you get 1.
Yeesh.
Yikes. I remember using sleeping in armor very early in Dungeon of the Mad Mage before entirely giving up on it because it's dumb.
That would have been me.
Who was even wearing
and
armor?
It would have been you and Girder.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
So
Denton
half
was
the
armor,
party,
and
right?
Zilgrim didn't get armor until
Fucking
way
War
late.
Fortune Wizard.
I just loved how Zilgrim multi-classed Warlock, and then like 2 levels later, he took moderately armored.
I
So
don't,
he went from no armor to medium armor.
I don't know
Hey
if
man,
I
he
agree.
had to make use of the fucking Tensor's transformation.
He did, yeah.
I
Wait,
don't-
what are you talking about? Oh, wait, no, he didn't need medium armor to use Tensor's transformation.
Well,
No,
to get in melee.
I guess.
Well, tensors gives you proficiency in all the armors and stuff, but like it's like, oh, I'm gonna use tensors and then put on my armor. And
Yeah,
then,
Yeah,
like,
you
get-
get
how-
Tensors for 10 minutes and then spend 5 minutes putting armor on.
yeah.
It's like, dumb?
Use those 5 minutes to punch assholes 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going without a long rest. So this is a rule that they tried to point at to break Coffee Lock. And it's stupid.
Is it
So-
a variant?
So stupid.
So this rule says that long rests are mandatory, not necessarily sleeping. So sleeping's obviously mandatory. We know that because we're people. We're humans, and humans need to sleep. And since the racial features for the vast majority of races don't say anything about it, half-elves and Goliaths and dwarves and halflings and gnomes also need to sleep.
Mhm.
But this rule says that you have to long rest, period. Like, you can't just sleep for 6 hours and then keep moving, because you need those other 2 hours to get your long rest in. Dumb. Dumb. Don't use this rule. It's bad.
Plus, the majority of people don't even get 8 hours of sleep.
Right.
I mean, I do. Not anymore.
We sleep like 9 hours. What are you talking about?
I haven't slept 9 hours in weeks.
Babe, we went to bed at like 10 of 11 last night, and we woke up at 7 and then snoozed until 7:50.
Yeah, I have an alarm for 7, 7:15, 7:30,
7:40 and
7:50.
Yeah.
I
Damn,
was
girl,
never
fuck.
this type of person
I don't.
before.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What happened?
And like, what do you do if the first alarm goes off and then you're fucking awake and you have to deal with 4 more fucking alarms?
It's annoying because I do
Right.
it.
I
day at
mean,
4:30.
Android lets you dismiss an upcoming alarm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but I have it set up on my Alexa upstairs, my Alexa downstairs, my phone, and on my computer. My computer turns on, my phone goes
Oh
off,
my
and all the
god.
things go off.
does your entire house just start screaming at you?
Yeah, it's like wake up. You have to
Wake
get up.
up. Jesus.
God. Okay, Toe Jam.
Wake up.
And
Did
yet
we
you still
beat that
sleep
man?
halfway
You
through
did it.
last call.
Mm.
Yeah. Another beer.
What the fuck? Adamantine weapons.
it. Here.
Why is that? Can you actually reach the fridge?
Yeah, I did it on Sunday.
What about adamantine?
There's something.
Adamantine weapons and armor. So adamantine armor is a magic item. Adamantine weapons cost 500 gold more than the normal weapon of that type, and it auto crits objects,
Which
Yeah.
okay.
which is cool. Whatever.
Pretty fucking neat. Fuck you, chair.
but
Fuck
it's
you,
stupid.
door.
That was never codified before Xanathar's.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like, adamantine weapons exist,
Right.
and you can auto crit objects with them, which is really funny because in Tales from the Yawning Portal, which I think came out like shortly before Xanathar's, There's an item. Oh god, what's it called? It's in Sunless Citadel. There's a sword. Fuck, it's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me if I don't know the name of it. Sunless Citadel. Magic items.
Does adamantine get past non-magical resistance?
Shatter Spike. Only if the non-magical resistance says that it's also bypassed by adamantine. Adamantine weapons are not magical. Adamantine armor is magical. But there's a weapon in Sunless Citadel called Shatter Spike, and it's a +1 longsword that auto-crits objects.
Okay.
It's like, oh, okay, it's a +1 adamantine weapon? No, it's not made of adamantine, it's just magic, and that's the thing it does.
Yeah.
Also, it can deal bludgeoning or slashing damage to the object, your choice. It's kind of
Wait, what kind of weapon is it?
It's a longsword.
Oh, okay, so you just hit him with the fucking blunt.
You just hit with the flat of the sword, yeah.
Fucking cool.
You auto-crit objects with the flat of your sword. Oh yeah, you can only do the bludgeoning to objects, not to creatures.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Super weird. What the fuck?
Tying knots.
Tying knots.
Intelligence sleight of hand. Next question.
Hey, we got a thing.
Hey, we got a thing.
Oh,
Above standards, bought a room.
Fuck that guy.
He's subscribed for 13
Get
months
out of
on.
my house!
He's only on a 5-month streak. What a loser.
Yeah.
Did you just fucking miss a month, probably?
He must have.
Way to fuck up, Luke.
Yeah,
Way
fuck
to
up.
fuck
Yeah,
You fucked it too.
Yeah, way to fuck up, Luke.
Tying knots, use int sleight of hand. Do we want to use this as a launching board for
Yes,
skills with
I was
other
going to.
skills with different abilities?
Yes.
Cool. There's a link in Xanathar's to that part in the DMG. So variant, skills with different abilities.
Mhm.
So here's the fun thing. Here's the funny thing about this. It's not a variant. This is actually just how the rules work. So each skill is associated with a specific ability, but acrobatics is not a dexterity check. Acrobatics checks are not dexterity checks. Generally, when a DM calls for an acrobatics check, it is a dexterity check. There's no such thing in the 5e rule set as an acrobatics check. There is a dexterity check to which you may add your acrobatics proficiency.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So the way that the core gameplay loop should actually function is the DM doesn't call for an acrobatics check. The DM doesn't call for a perception check. The DM doesn't call for a thieves' tools check. What they should be doing is calling for a dexterity check, a wisdom check, a strength check. And then the player asks, can I add my proficiency? I'm proficient in thing you're proficient in.
Did that just devolve from having
The
a
rules
character
never
sheet
explained how the DM should do it.
That...
Yeah.
Okay.
And because the default character sheet has skills paired with specific abilities, that's how everyone plays it. Athletics is a strength ability. Acrobatics is a dexterity ability. But there's no reason you can't just as easily have a dexterity performance for, cartwheeling and being entertaining for people.
So characters should never ask, can I roll?
Characters should never ask, can I roll?
Players.
Players. Characters should most certainly never ask, can I roll acrobatics?
Yeah.
But players shouldn't be asking, can I roll acrobatics? Players should be announcing their intent and their desire, and the DM tells them how they'll resolve it. That said, can I roll insight is a convenient shorthand for...
Is he lying?
Is he lying? I don't know. Roll insight.
Yeah.
It's a convenient shorthand.
But
Or I look around, can I roll perception?
Right.
Or
That shouldn't-
I look for traps or whatever.
I feel
what
like
about-
it should be longhand every time. That shouldn't be shortened. Is it just me?
It depends on how specific you want to go, and then like the DM might want to add modifiers to it based on your specificity.
Specificity.
Yeah.
Specificity.
So Shadows brings up strength intimidation, which I
I
actually
actually had that verbatim in my notes. I was
strength
getting there.
intimidation.
Yeah.
Well, strength intimidation is the one example they give in
Oh, is
skills
it?
with different abilities. Yeah.
Okay.
Your DM might ask for a strength intimidation check, even though intimidation is normally associated with charisma. Strength intimidation is actually one of the weakest examples of a variant ability.
Strength
Because
intimidation is to charisma intimidation, as Alexander Armstrong is to Olivier Armstrong. For those who've watched Full Metal Alchemist
Yeah.
Brotherhood.
Olivier is
Yeah.
his sister.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who the
She's
fuck
way
is
smaller
this?
than him. He's way bigger than her, but
Yeah,
she's way
but
more
she-
intimidating.
Right.
He is terrified of her,
I
and
don't-
she is terrifying.
I don't remember his sister at all. I'm gonna look her up.
Maybe you should fucking watch the anime instead of
Yeah,
I
getting
she's
fed up
did!
with the dog
Fuck
episode.
bucket!
Instead of
The
getting
whole
stuck
place
at the
was in the snow. I forget it was it Briggs. Like she was in charge of all that.
I don't fucking remember. It's been a while.
Oh, the bitch with the cool hair. I remember her.
I don't remember her hair.
Yeah.
She looks like a psychic Pokemon trainer.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I remember her.
Oh my
fucking
god, her
Sabrina.
lips. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
She got some fucking lips.
Jesus.
Them some DSLs.
I was gonna say it, and then I was like, no, that's inappropriate. And you
Uh,
fucking said it.
Do you think that
Oh yeah, Andy brought it up, not shadows. But yeah, so I actually allow Rubeck to do strength intimidation for Curse of Strahd, which I mean makes sense. Like he wants to be intimidating, and he doesn't want to have to invest in pumping charisma just so he can be good at intimidation when his character
Here's
is
the
actually
tool.
meek. But his character is also really good at just standing there being muscular. So what it
Luke.
could be.
Standing there being muscular. is
What
a
it
joke.
could be instead of strength intimidation. So Rubeck is generally not actually the one doing the intimidation. He's not telling people, you know, this is how I'm going to break you. He just stands there and is muscular, is 8 feet tall, but Snirk's the one doing the talking. So what it could very well be,
That sounds like the help action.
Yeah, this is
Exactly.
multiple back here, yeah.
since Rubeck is proficient in intimidation, he can help Snirk with his charisma intimidation.
Right.
So there's a lot of different ways to handle the same action, and that's generally why players shouldn't say, "Can I roll?"
Do you think
Yeah.
the variant skill check should have different DCs though? Like if you want to strength intimidation and you're just muscly or you're gonna hurt someone and you just end up hurting them, do you think that like a cultist would definitely not break if you were to like say, hey, I'm gonna scare you with my muscles and I'm gonna hit you and stuff. But if someone who could convince them a little bit better with their words, but also being intimidating with their words, would it be a little different?
Yeah, I think so. So, you know, that comes down to, so a player, so as a DM, before you ask a player to roll something, what you should do is clarify two things. Number one, their intent, what they want to occur, and number two, their how they want to do it. There's a word for that, and I'm
Method.
blank. Yeah, the method. Their method and their intent. So, you know, if they want to scare information out of a cultist, and this is how they intend to do it, well, you take those two pieces of information, you come up with a DC, and you figure out what they're rolling. So they say, I want to scare him into giving me information. And
Roll dexterity animal handling.
yeah. And I want to do it by surreptitiously baring my dog's fangs. Dexterity animal handling.
Good save.
Yeah, like, honestly, you know, thanks for the bullshit off the wall example. But yeah, like, I want to surreptitiously bare my wolf's fangs without him noticing that I'm doing it. Okay, well, it's going to be dexterity because you're trying to be sneaky about it. And it's going to be animal handling because you need to know how...
Literally handling an animal.
You're literally handling an animal. So yeah, and then you set the DC, and then the DM sets the DC based on how difficult they think that thing is to do, and how likely it is to succeed. So it really comes down to get your player to announce their intent and their method, figure out a DC and an ability score and potential proficiencies that they can use for it, have them roll. The pitfall, the potential pitfall, I should say.
The complication.
Sure. The complication, which might involve a rival, is that the DM doesn't necessarily know all of their players' proficiencies, and it's very easy to forget about tools. It's very easy to forget about tools. So there's 18 skills, and it's generally pretty easy to remember all of them after you've been playing for a few weeks or months.
The only time I ever forgot about tools... No, the only time I remember tools was when I was Artificer, and I just...
And you have all the goddamn
everything.
tools.
So it's
right.
like, yeah, I could probably do that. It's
yeah.
fine.
It's like, oh, I have to do things, and like I need to put things together. Yeah, let me give me a tool.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're, so this kind of dovetails into uses for tools, which I think is another topic that you wanted to cover.
I worked it specifically.
Right. I want to.
I was gonna say you're doing tools for like bonuses to. Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely sometimes.
So if a player says, you know, I want to identify what this plant is, you might be like, okay, give me a nature check. But alternatively, you could point out that the player has proficiency in Herbalism kit, which helps them identify plants.
Which
because
I did last session.
They're herbalists.
Tune in on Saturday.
But I'm pretty sure I had you roll nature.
Something specifically about the Herbalism kit didn't allow me to figure out what we were trying to figure out was the problem.
No, I did. We looked into it.
Yeah, he let. I gathered.
I couldn't
something.
figure. No, someone couldn't figure it out because they used alchemist supplies, and then you had herbalism, which we looked up, and that was one of the specific things that it could do. It was identify
plants. You can identify most plants with a quick inspection of their appearance and smell. But that's the thing, is it's really easy to remember the 18 skills. I mean, it's probably not really easy, but like you can just look at a list of all of the skills because they're on every character sheet and know, okay, well, I mean, I could probably use that skill. But then there's also like the 20 odd fucking tools or whatever there are. I mean, there's actually probably more than that. There's land vehicles, water vehicles, air vehicles, dice, cards, 3-dragon ante because that's unique from cards.
1,000 instruments.
17 different instruments. Yeah, like there's so many different tools that you could be proficient in. You know, just an example of a tool proficiency I've been using in Curse of Strahd is when the whistleblowers try to play a show, I tell them to make a dexterity flute check, as well as a charisma performance check.
Yeah, they make both every time they perform.
Right.
Yeah.
I think trying to make use of your tool proficiencies because of how freaking infrequent they are, that somewhat falls onto the player. Like DM says, hey, roll a nature check. Hey, can I use my herbalism kit for this? Sure, go the fuck ahead.
Make an argument. Yeah, I like that. Make an argument.
Right. So that's actually what it technically should be. I shouldn't be telling you to roll nature. I should be telling you roll intelligence. And you go, well, can I use nature because I'm proficient in that? Sure. Or, can I use my herbalism kit because I'm proficient in that? Yes, absolutely. You're identifying plants.
That adds into the thing that we were just saying that we shouldn't do, though, like that elongating the conversation.
Right. It takes too long, but that's how the game ideally would work.
That's how exploration works too.
Yeah.
Which is it's a separate part of the game from combat and role playing. So why not make that more of what it's supposed to be? Yeah.
Well, I think for simplicity's sake, it would be, you know, roll in nature because nature is like the go-to. And if they have proficiency, then great, they just roll to their proficiency. If they don't have proficiency in nature, then it's like, oh shit, can I use athletics for that? Or whatever.
That's actually a really good point.
To a flip.
Proficiency is proficiency is proficiency. So if the DM calls out, use this ability and this proficiency, and you already have that proficiency, fuck it. It doesn't matter what proficiency you're using, so just roll it. But if a player doesn't have proficiency in
some things.
Say it again?
Unless you have expertise in some things, then it gets a little...
Yeah, then it gets a little wonky. But, you know, if you have proficiency, just go along with it. Roll the die, add your modifiers, go. But if you don't have proficiency in the thing that the DM calls for, then, if possible, if reasonable, try to make an argument for one of your other proficiencies. You know, if all of your proficiencies are stealth, sleight of hand, acrobatics, athletics, don't come at me trying to use one of those for identifying a fucking plant.
Yeah. But like if you're
oh shit, this is the backflip plant.
Yeah. if you're following tracks and you know, like you're proficient with nature and not survival, you might be able to say, okay, these are bear tracks, and bears usually live in this habitat, so maybe they'd be closer to this area, and maybe I
Right.
could use that to
Yeah.
find them.
Or even like knowledge about how that animal acts. You know, oh, this is a bear track. Someone did a nature check and they found out that this is a bear track. I know things about bear mentality, so can I use animal handling to make guesses about where these tracks are going to go, which will help us follow the trail?
That's way more interesting.
Cool. Go. Do that. Yes,
That's a way more
absolutely.
interesting interaction.
It also builds more with your character. Your character knows these specific things because of your past.
I was going to make the argument that this would be hard for a new player to wrap their head around, but
I think it's the easiest thing.
It encourages you to, like you said, get in that headspace.
Right.
You should know what you're capable of. You should be able to flavor things that.
And for the most part, every character has 4 skill proficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
And like 0 to 3 tool proficiencies.
Yeah.
Like it's not a humongous list of things that you're proficient in that you need to keep track of for most classes.
Yeah.
Like
I'd say new players would get more jaded before than like, I mean, older players would get more jaded than new players.
Right.
Like, okay, this is what I can do. I have this down here, and like these are the skills I'm picking, and I'm gonna micromanage and pick the right skills and the right tool proficiencies so I can do these specific things.
I'm gonna pick perception so that my passive can be high, so we can't get snuck up on.
I mean,
that's not a bad choice.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad role-playing choice, but if that's all perception is to you, then you're not going to think, oh, can I try and figure out, you know, can I, like, do I notice anything weird about the area that might indicate something about tracking this thing? Roll perception.
Yeah.
Cool,
or
go.
It could be cool, like you could be like say you were in the army or something, and you can be like, oh, I was a spotter and I have proficiency in like perception, so I know things about where people would hide for their for shooting people and stuff. Now you wouldn't have to know about like beating their stealth or anything, but you can know general areas where they might be.
Right. Yeah. That's way cooler. DMs, try it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I thought maybe I could hold it until you leave.
Oh god, we've been going for an hour 20 already. Should like usually I end it after we barely got through Xanathars. Oh my god, this is gonna be like the 50-part series, isn't it? God damn it! What I signed up for? I was just talking to Ian too. I'm like, I might let Last Call die because I don't know what I'm gonna do after rules, and I don't want to force anything. So I was trying to come up with ideas. It's like, what could I do? But no, this is gonna be the never-ending series.
I mean, you could like bring people on for from current campaigns and just go over previous sessions and what you thought was cool, and try not to go forward if you've played in. I would say keep it to the people in the campaign so they can't go forward in it, so that you can like review on some stuff and talk about like what routes you took and why your character might have done a specific thing or something like that.
Like an after the session, like discuss the session sort of thing.
Yeah, especially since it's like midweek, it lets you refresh your everything that happened in the previous sessions.
That's how Last Call started.
Yeah.
we talked
We
about what
started
the fuck
right
happened.
after.
Yeah. And Drank Icker. Yeah, duh. That's not a bad idea. I know for honesty that might get tricky because Tim is... God damn it, Tim. Like, can't you live in a normal fucking time zone?
Yeah. No, it doesn't have to be everybody.
Yeah. Like, if he plays till 8, maybe...
His time zone plus 0.
5? No, he's 5 hours.
Yeah,
Ahead of us.
No, he's more than that, right?
I think he's only 5. Yo, Tim,
So
you still up?
The plus 1 then.
Isn't it 3 a.m. when he starts?
Oh yeah, Shadows is here too. Fuck you too! It's 1:23 a.m. and I'm not going to bed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When we finish Odyssey at 8 p.m. our time, it's 1 a.m. for Tim, and he has roommates.
That is a cool idea. I don't know if it would be, like, it would be able to happen every week. So
Yeah.
I think it would just be like a sporadic sort of thing, which isn't bad.
And he says, I'll narrate Rubik's Journal for y'all to keep Last Call on.
I love Rubik's Journal. Have either of you two, like, read it? Oh my god, it's so fucking funny.
If
Rebecca's
you
so
guys
dumb.
don't know what we're talking about, connect your Twitch and Discord accounts and join our Discord server. So you post that in the Cursed Strahd in character channel.
But we have Tim from Odyssey who writes poems, and then Rubik's journal he's a
Crayon.
It's
crayon. It's written in crayon.
And there's spelling errors and like grammatical errors all over the place. It's
my
so
favorite
cute.
part is that he forgot to export his PDF last week, so he still had all of the spelling and grammar underlining from Word.
There's a lot of it.
How does his journal compare to Mike's journal?
It's more complete sentences, in fact, but more spelling errors.
A lot less fuck.
A lot less fuck.
I miss Mike's notes. I hated them at the time, but now I miss them.
They're legit just green text.
It is. Fuck this shit.
And that is
shit, oh,
awesome.
Fuck, we're out. Do we want to end it?
Do we want to like quickly go through not like every single tool proficiency and like how to use them, but like generally like what they're for? So
yeah, we can.
Yeah, so Xanathar presents these rules for tool proficiencies combined with skill proficiencies. So like alchemist supplies and arcana, if you're proficient in both and you make a check with either, you get more information about potions or other materials used in alchemy. As an idea, I like this, but the problem with it is that the odds of a given character.
Look at this guy. Look at him. I love him.
Yeah.
He's having a bad day.
The odds of a given character having the paired proficiencies that you're thinking of are so low that designing that pair into a module or any kind of adventure you're writing is way more work than I think it's worth. And this isn't really a rule that you can use willy-nilly at the table quickly. You would need to spend time thinking about these things like, oh, well, can I pair a tool with this ability, with this skill check?
No, I mean, I don't think it's that hard. Like,
No.
Here's the problem. Generally, the way things are written is if you get a 10 or higher, you get this much information. If you get a 15 or higher, you get this much more information. If you get a 20 or higher, you get this much more information. What about if you have dual proficiencies? Is there a fourth tier of information that you can only get if you have dual proficiency? Or do you get... I guess the best way to do it would be if you have tiered information, 10, 15, 20, 25, or whatever, having a dual proficiency gets you +1 tier.
yeah.
That's probably the easiest way to do it. But coming up with those pairs of dual proficiencies adds way more complexity for the DM to the point where I don't think it's worth using that.
Doesn't
rule.
it just go back to like the player doing it, like matching your skills to something?
Yes and no. Ooh, let me just pull my headphone out. Yes and no, because it's kind of on the player to know to make an argument for like which tool or proficiency to use, but in a lot of the circumstances that they're describing here, the players are literally trying to glean information about what it is. So if you like if it's the kind of thing that needs alchemist supplies arcana proficiency, they can't make an argument that it's nature. They literally have to say, I also have arcana, but that would require them to already know something about what they're looking at.
Yeah, that's true. I keep the tools thing up. But how does that even work? Like, with there's the tools. Are you just going off your proficiency of the tools? You don't have to actually use the tools to get like those.
Yes, you're just
things
going
that are
off your
associated
proficiency with that tool. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, for knowledge checks, that is for figuring things out, for learning things about the world, which is, I would say, at least half of all checks that players make.
You're not actually trying to execute something.
You're not trying to execute something, you're just trying to figure something out. You're trying to, like, even perception is kind of like somewhere in between the two, but I would say is more information gathering than doing stuff. Because you're just looking around. You're trying to notice things. You're trying to put information in your brain. Well, I have proficiency with firearms, and I'm looking for a sniper. Can I get extra info? I mean, yeah, I guess. If there's extra info to be had.
Yeah.
It's really weak it's really weak, and it's a lot of extra work for the DM, so I don't think that paired skill tool proficiencies are worth the effort.
Including the ones listed in Xanathar?
Including the ones listed. Because you need to find places in your adventure to put them. Not a single module I've ever seen has these written into it. In Odyssey, you guys were in this verdant grove of a bunch of different plants, and you were only able to actually identify one of them, but some of them, you identified 3 of them. 2 of them were just like used for poisons, and you're like, we don't need those.
And then one was effectively good berry.
And then one was good berries. But like 1 or 2 of those poisons literally said, you need to make a herbalism kit, herbalist's tools, or whatever the hell the tool is called, in order to harvest them successfully. It's like, okay, well, neat, but it's nature to get what it is, and herbalist kit to harvest it.
Mm-hmm.
But having herbalist's kit didn't help you learn what it was.
Yeah.
Nothing is written with paired proficiencies.
Right.
So until adventures start actually being designed with this rule in mind, it's not worth the effort to use.
Mm.
That said, there's a bunch of rules also in Xanathar's Guide for tools where it's just like, if you have proficiency in this tool, here's some cool ways you can use it. So cobbler's tools, you can work on people's shoes during a long rest, and then they get 2 extra hours of marching in the day before they have to make con saves for forced march.
Horseshoes sold separately.
We reflavored Luke's cobbler's tools to farrier's tools.
Yeah.
So he's making horseshoes for the 3 hooved characters in our
I want
party.
horseshoes of speed.
Yeah.
Can you throw a wrench at people?
Can you throw a wrench at people?
Why?
Because if you can dodge a wrench.
I knew it was coming. I was just like, how is he gonna get there? And the answer was poorly. He just threw it there. Yeah, he just threw it there. Okay.
I need to look at my Odyssey wish list. It's weak.
With 8 hours of work, you can add a hidden compartment to a pair of shoes. The compartment can hold an object up to 3 inches long and 1 inch wide and deep. That sounds like a knife.
That sounds like a knife boot.
That's a boot knife.
I mean, yeah.
The funny thing about like brewer supplies is like, oh, okay, you can make potable water as part of the long rest, but it doesn't say, and it's like brewing is an art of producing beer. Not only does beer serve as alcohol beverages, but yada yada yada, but it doesn't tell you that you can make beer.
I mean, I think that's just handled in the player's handbook, which describes the tool.
But I can't.
Oh, is it?
I think so. Let's find out.
That's funny. DC 20, ignore the effects of alcohol. Woof.
Wow.
I don't know how knowing how to like make beer you can get rid of the effects of.
Zero description for brewer's supplies in the player's handbook. It's in a table of artisans' tools, and that's it.
Huh.
So you know how to make water, but you can't make beer.
Yeah. Well, I think that's obvious. So there's
it should be written.
It should be written. So there's a lot in 5th edition, and this is the rule in the book that if there is a rules element that is not explained, use the natural English language meaning. And if you're proficient in brewer's supplies, there's no indication in the book what the fuck that means, so we use the natural English language definition of being proficient in brewer's supplies, which is to say, you know how to brew beer.
Yeah.
Or tea. I mean, you know.
It could just be
It could be tea.
See? Nobody wants tea, they want beer.
Nah, it's all just bathtub whiskey.
Moonshine.
That's not brewing.
That's distilling.
Well, distilling is the
right.
It's the process of putting it through a still.
I don't know
A
alcohols.
whiskey.
You-
I don't
So,
think
you
you
learn that
distill
under-
moonshine.
Huh?
Yeah, you use a still for moonshine,
Do you? Okay.
but that would have to be under brewing because like where else would that be?
Yeah.
Alchemist supplies.
I mean, probably.
Why can't I make wine though?
I would imagine that an alchemist supply kit has a tiny still,
It better.
or glass vials of, that could be used as a still. I don't know. Fuck if I know.
Here's a coffee filter. Go.
That's not.
No, I know it's a joke.
That's
Way to go, Steph.
that's
Ruining
filtering,
everything.
Filtering.
not distilling.
You're ruining the bathtub whiskey.
You're ruining it. Get out of the tub, idiot.
Why are
No.
you just staring at your glass
Because
confusedly?
there's something gross at the bottom of it.
Well,
I love how like
Stop talking about your reflection, Steph.
Blowers tools.
That was good. Sorry. There's something disgusting at the bottom of my glass. Stop looking at your reflection, Steph.
Jesus.
And,
What
We're
were you
friends.
it's a glass blower's tool, so it was on topic or whatever. Identify a weakness. After 1 minute of study, you can find a weakness in the glass.
That's so...
Like, what?
Yeah, that's kind of stupid. Any damage dealt to the
Glass
object by
here.
striking a weak spot is doubled. Instead, you could have spent that minute hammering on it.
Breaking it.
Like, what the fuck glass object is gonna last a
Jesus.
minute?
Hey, damage
Especially like
resistance,
in
man, or
most.
damage threshold, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but like
true.
it's probably medieval glass. Like I doubt there's anything like bulletproof or anything about it.
Well, if you're oh god, what's that glass blowing thing where the head?
Rupert's teardrop?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rupert.
That's a specific.
It's
like,
just a Prince Rupert's drop.
What's
It's a glass blowing technique where you make essentially it kind of looks like a sperm of glass, and the head of it is indestructible.
Oh, I've seen.
But then if you break the tail, the entire thing shatters.
You don't even need to break the hell. You just need to lightly twang it, and
Yeah.
that's enough.
Yeah.
And it's super easy to make. All you do is take a thing of molten glass and just drip it into water, and you're done.
oh really?
Yeah,
I didn't know it was that easy to do.
Super neat.
yeah, because the thick glob of it at the end that hits the water, that cools, and then it just strings behind it.
That's pretty neat.
If someone can make good use out of glass blowers tools, like,
Yeah,
let me know how that works and
That
what is
is
your
pretty
success
rough.
story?
The tools include a blowpipe. Aren't those like 8 feet long?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
What is a marver?
What the fuck is what?
Marver.
That's not a word.
It's a tool used in glass blowing. It's generally made of polished steel, brass, or graphite surface attached to a metal or wooden table.
Eh.
What the
So
fuck?
you're carrying a table around with you too.
I guess.
Jesus. Why?
What the fuck?
That's not a kit anymore. That's a workshop.
Right?
You don't carry that around.
What the hell?
Unless it's foldable. A little folding table.
Oh my god.
There are no
Yeah.
folding tables. in
Yeah,
medieval
how do you use glass blowers tools? But like cobbler's tools, herbalism kit, jeweler's tools even like identify gems and determine their value. Cool. Land and water
Can't
vehicles.
What?
What?
You can't make them.
You can't. Well, obviously you can't fucking make them.
Well, make jewelry. Like you can't put it together and make them.
You can't make gemstones.
That's
Yeah,
just
but if you have a gemstone,
just fucking make opals. Do it. Go.
you
No.
know what the value of jewelry is. So,
Right.
like, connect jewelry.
But your tools consist of a small saw and hammer, files, pliers, and tweezers. Those are the tools you use to make jewelry.
You find gemstone, you plug it into a chain. Here you go.
Plug it in.
Plug it in.
Plug it in.
Yeah, but how do you like give the DM work? How do you make
Yeah.
this opal versus this ring? How much does that cost now?
Yeah.
Until your rival steals it.
Oh yeah, I have a ring worth 50 gold and an opal worth 25 gold. I put the opal in the ring. What's the ring worth now?
20.
20.
Not even gold,
Fire.
just 20. No. It's worth 100.
100.
100.
He fucking kept saying that in Curse of Straw. They were trying to. What were they trying to sell?
No, Sean was trying to buy the components for Find Familiar.
That's what it was.
And the shopkeeper was like, 100.
100.
Oh, is this the same guy that fucked me over and I stole his
Yeah,
I
pen?
stole his pot, yeah.
You just walked out there with a pot.
What the fuck?
Fuck
Well, I
that
don't remember
guy.
what I was trying to buy.
I don't
I think it was like pythons or something like that.
Yeah. Everything in that shop costs 10 times normal price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows he can get the business.
Hunter.
Supply and demand works.
How much? You said 10 times normal price?
10 times normal price.
Oh my god, 10,000 gold for a spyglass?
They only carry items worth less than 25 gold.
So it's still inflated.
Yeah.
But
You're not going to get a 10,000 gold spyglass.
Yeah.
So what if you're trying to buy, like spell reagents? Like I want to buy 100 gold worth of shit. Is it
That's
gonna,
not
am I actually,
It's still only worth 100, even if he charges you 1,000.
that's not right. I was worth 1,000.
Jesus. It's hard.
Yeah.
The economies of
Gerder was
magical
doing that,
components make no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Alright, so I don't want to get any further.
Okay.
We're gonna
Is our
leave-
next topic huge?
It's not. We somehow managed to hit everything.
Oh, cool.
So
Neato.
So now what?
I have build a character, talk about rules in character creation, and then my idea was to build a character together. But something interesting.
Okay.
Now, that could take a while depending on how you want to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Are we going through every single race, listing the pros and cons of the race, what kind of character we want, what classes, what combinations, what level, like
Well, if
Yeah.
it's just the rules of creating a character, it would be like going through the steps of creating a character. Like, yeah, you choose a race. We're gonna go with human. Choose a class. We're gonna go with fighter.
Well, no,
rather than-
my idea was go over the homebrew rules, or the varying rules that exist for creating characters,
Yeah.
include Ian's, like, fucking reassign your racial bonuses, or
Yeah.
here's a feat and an ASI when you level sort of thing.
hmm
And then,
But like theory crafting a character could easily take hours.
That's an entire stream all on its own.
Also, I feel like, oh, this is how races and classes and backgrounds interact with one another. That's a little below the complexity that we usually stick to in Last Call.
it wasn't... I wasn't gonna delve deep on, like, here's how to build a character. Here's the variant rules. Now let's just fuck around and build...
Were you
an
going
example.
to pick a character?
Yeah.
Oh, like pick an existing
Yeah.
character in fiction and we go through
Yes.
Oh, so we're doing that.
Yeah.
That
Doing
was-
that stupid thing.
That was a series that Steph wanted to do forever ago, and I was
I
like,
wanna
they
try
already,
it once.
it already exists.
I want to try it once. And see how stupid it is, or how much you guys disagree with each other.
Alright, so
and then get into a fight.
can I pick the character right now?
Do it.
I want to do a poll.
I want to pick the character right now.
Why? What the fuck do you
no,
want
because
to
he's
do?
gonna pick some FF7 shit or
No, I'm
something.
not. Doom guy.
Doom.
Wait, what Doom guy?
Doom guy.
Doom
He's an artillerist.
Yeah, but like
Which
when?
game?
Yeah,
Let's go Eternal.
I don't know what you're.
It has to be something the three of you fuckheads know.
Eat a dick, Jesse. The Flash
Oh,
is
that's
just a
true.
tabaxi fucking rogue barbarian with boots of speed and haste and long
He's
stride
not
and
a
all that shit.
tabaxi. He's
You
a
just
whatever.
you just gotta get fuckloads of speed,
But
and
he's not a
tabaxi can
tabaxi.
double it.
He's not a fucking tabaxi.
Not a-
Just reflavor Kitty as Speed Force.
This
Yeah.
is why I want to do the episode. This is funny.
You can't like destroy a
Alright,
whole race.
so
and take
here's-
apart-
Yeah, seriously.
No, I'm destroying the entire race. The entire tabaxi race, nuke from orbit, Flash. If you guys want to vote on which character we're going to build next time on Last Call, join our Discord. We're going to make a poll at some point in the next week.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're going to make a poll. You guys can vote on it, but only if you're in our Discord. So join our Discord. And
I think next Wednesday I'll put the poll in because I don't want any of you fuckers planning ahead of time.
okay, so you're going to put the poll like Wednesday morning?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Cool.
I think it'll be better that way.
Also, we have a thing to announce on Saturday. Please don't let me forget, because I forgot this past Saturday when I was supposed
You
to announce
fucked up.
The channel point goal thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
New goal coming.
Thanks,
All right.
Shadows.
So join us for DM prep the next 2 days at 7
I'm doing a prep.
p.m. EST for Curse of Strahd and Odyssey. Join us for games on the weekend. Someone drop schedule.
Someone
for
drop
me.
schedule, thanks.
Schedule.
Thanks for reminding me, Jesse. You suck.
And Discord, join that shit. We here all week.
We hear all fight. It's on cooldown because someone already did it.
God damn it. Thanks
You
for
guys
joining
fucked
us.
up. You're bad at
Thanks.
this.
Alright, bye.
Bye.